So in this video here, we're gonna debunk the 5 myths about losing fat. This is all questions we're getting inside the community and on social media every single day. We're literally talking to hundreds and hundreds of men on a day-to-day basis. So these questions are here to answer you and help you overcome the potential plateaus and the progress you wanna make in the gym with your body and with your freaking mindset. Let's rock and roll.
Here's a question from Raj, 42. I've heard cutting out carbs is the best way to lose fat. Should I stop eating carbs completely?
In the end of the day, if you want to lose weight and if you want to lose fat and you want to get in shape, it's calories in, calories out. So you can cut out your fat, you can cut out your carbs, you can cut out your protein, like you will lose weight. But there's obviously different functions of each one of them. So cutting out carbohydrates is basically your energy source, like our primary energy source. So if you're reducing that or if you're cutting that out, naturally your body will go in and then start eating off your body, eating off your like the stored fat you have on your body to try to obviously convert that into energy. And that's why the carbohydrates and cutting carbs is the most common use. You see keto diets and these sort of things, it's just protein and fat. These are the most common diets for fast and accelerated fat loss. But if you do like carbohydrates, I prefer carbohydrates in my diet. I like oats, I like fruit, rice, potatoes, like I want that in my diet. So it's about accommodating for that. Like what can you stick to and what can you do consistently is the most important thing. And then it's really just about balancing it out. So you can eat all the food sources you want. It's just, did you lose weight this week? If you didn't, like reduce the amount a little bit and then you look again next week.
This one's from Mike, 35. I've been running every day for an hour but not losing any fat. Does cardio really help with fat loss?
Cardio and the activity overall is really just a tool for you to get yourself into a calorie deficit. So you can either eat less, you know what I mean, or you can do more. If you are having a sedentary lifestyle, going for a run, going for walks, going for jogs and that sort of thing is crucial just for overall health and activity. But if you want to lose, if you're not losing fat from your cardio right now alone, you got to look at the other aspects. Are you eating too much? Are you eating inconsistently? What about your muscle training? Are you just losing muscle? If you're losing muscle, you also, decreasing your resting metabolism, which makes it harder for you to lose fat and lose weight. So there's a lot of key aspects in there, but I would highly recommend incorporating runs, but mixing it up with weights and resistance training. And then obviously look at your diet. Like, are you consuming too much or what does that look like?
Here's a question from Liam, 38. I've been doing intermittent fasting to lose weight, but someone told me that it slows down my metabolism. Is that true?
No, first and foremost. Intermittent fasting is really just a tool where you're restricting the window of which you're consuming your calories. So if you're consuming 2,000 calories and you do that over a whatever, be awake, 18-hour window, or you do it in 6 or you do it in 8, it doesn't really matter in the end of the day. Intermittent fasting, a lot of times what people are doing, they're doing 1 or 2 meals, and then the 1 or 2 meals that they're doing, they're actually not meeting the calorie intake. They're not getting enough protein. They're not getting enough of the nutrients. And that's why personally, for someone like myself, I don't like a really prolonged intermittent fasting because I feel like it's hard for my body to like get going. So it's a preference thing, but the question is no. You're just gonna make sure that you're still consuming enough calories and of course keeping up with your training and weight training, because if you're just lowering your calories, less energy, less activity, less push in the gym, you will lower your metabolism.
This next question comes from Ethan, 40. I heard that fat can turn into muscle. Is that true?
So no. Like in the end of the day, it's two different things. The reason why you might think that is because when you lose fat and gain muscle at the same time, you might think it was the fat that then converted into muscle. But in the end of the day, it's two different functions of the body. But what I will say to that is you can build muscle and lose fat at the same time. And I think that is a bigger myth that a lot of people don't think. They think that they have to lose all their weight, lose all their fat before they can actually gain muscle. But it's a process that actually happens simultaneously. So it's a question about your dieting. It's about being very close to your maintenance level, really focusing on muscle building in your training, and naturally that will lean you out very smoothly. So you actually are, quote unquote, losing the fat, converting the fat, and building muscle at the same time. That's kind of like the way around that.
And finally, a question from Alex, 41. Should I be taking fat burning supplements to speed up my fat loss?
No. Yes, you could, but you got to look at what are you actually doing. Like I'm very, very big on anything in life is go back to the basics. Because if you don't have the basics in order, the 1 or 2 or 0.11%, a fat burning pill or whatever it's going to give you, it's not going to overcome like all the shit that you're doing. So if your diet is out of whack, you know what I mean? You're not exercising regularly. I'm just saying to every single person, get your diet on point and eat the same thing for the next 2 months, train in the same way for the next 2 months, push yourself harder and just be consistent with your diet 7 times a week, and you can make like 95% of the progress. So people just get confused because they're actually not consistent and they're jumping back and forth. And that's why they want the quick option. They want the quick solution. So these were the 5 most common questions we got this week inside their community and also on social media. A lot of the times the same questions go over and over and over again. But what we do and what we appreciate is you asking questions, because it helps us become better and ultimately help you become better. So again, remember to subscribe and we will see you in the next video.